A hosting platform is, I like to describe it as like an antenna, like a radio antenna, how it broadcasts out to the radio stations. So that's basically what we're doing.
Welcome to Podcast Coaching for Kingdom Entrepreneurs. I'm Kristin Fields Chadwick, your podcast coach on this transformative podcasting journey. Our mission: empower Kingdom entrepreneurs to confidently launch and grow podcasts, fostering a journey of being seen, being heard, being known, and making a lasting kingdom impact. This is Podcast Coaching for Kingdom Entrepreneurs. Your voice matters.
What's up, everybody? Happy summer again. I hope you are enjoying and lounging and having some vacation with your family. I pray that it is relaxing, that you are resting. Maybe perhaps your mornings are a little bit slower. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to go drop off kids at school. Maybe there's a hiatus in sports. Oh, wait, I'm talking to myself. Yes, I am loving summer. And I want to continue to lead you through this 10-step process that we have been covering over the last few weeks. And today we are on step 5 of our How to Start a Podcast series. And if you have not followed along, you're just jumping in mid steps, I encourage you, go back to what episode number is that? 129? I think, or 8, excuse my brain. But this is step 5. So you're going to want to go back and listen to the rest of the steps that have already been laid down, because they are all sequential and they're going to lay on top of one another and build off of one another. So again, go back and listen to that. The other thing is, you guys, thank you for sharing this podcast episode series. I think it's been really impactful for people that are just trying to get their toes wet, right? They're like, what does it take to start a podcast? Thanks for sharing with those aspiring podcasters. And again, thanks for leaving a review. I think it's such an honor to have somebody take time to leave a review in Apple Podcast or even in Spotify. So I see you. And also in our YouTube world. Hello, YouTube world. So step 5. What is step 5? In this process of the podcasting world and launching it, we have to come to a place of where I record, and now what? Where does it go? How do I get it onto Apple? How do I get it onto Spotify? And this is what is called a hosting platform. A hosting platform is, I like to describe it as like an antenna, like a radio antenna, how it broadcasts out to the radio stations. So that's basically what we're doing. So we would record, and then we are going to edit, and then we are going to put it onto a hosting platform. There are quite a few options out there. There's Libsyn, Libsyn. It stands for Liberated Syndication. There's Spotify for podcasters. There's Podbean. Oh, what's the other one? Poditize, I think, is another one. Man, there are so many options, but I'm going to make this real easy for you. I am a huge advocate for Libsyn. And the reason is because even though you have to pay to store your audio on this hosting platform, it is well worth the investment. It is $15. I mean, you could go down to $8 if you wanted to. But here's the thing: when you pay for their services, you are securing your rights to your audio. If you sign up for a program or a hosting platform that is free, you are authorizing them to use your content. You have given them access. That is why it is free. We do not recommend that at all. Especially, I love Spotify, but Spotify for podcasters, it's interesting. That's all I'm going to say. I really, really, really encourage you to look into Libsyn, or Podbean is another great one where you're paying for their services. One of the things that I love about Libsyn and also Podbean does this as well, is that they offer great stats. You can really see where people are listening in from. And there's other ways that you can kind of get the analytics of where and who is listening to your podcast. But Libsyn and Apple are really partnered really close. And so it makes it just that much more accurate as far as analytics. And I promise you it's going to be worth your investment. So if you decide to go with Libsyn, I'm going to post my affiliate link down below. I love Libsyn. Like I said, they've been around for gosh, so long, over, I think, since the beginning of podcasting. They really have the heart of liberated syndication. So that is what the hosting platform does. And once you have your hosting platform, it is going to be time for you to practice recording. So, like last week, we talked about podcasting equipment. Hopefully, if you're following along with us, you've gotten your podcasting equipment. I hope that you have invested in either a one-on-one launch package with me or with the online course that's very affordable. It's $99 for everything that you need to know. And if you're at the point right now where you're like, okay, I've gotten my equipment, I've got my content laid out, I've got my blueprint and my why. So now I just need to press record. So that's what next step is going to be all about, pressing record. And some of the things that I have found that are helpful tips, maybe some blocks that are going through your mind. As I have walked people through this process many, many times, there's some mindset blocks that come popping up right about now as it gets real, where we have invested in equipment, where we have started to invest financially on a monthly hosting platform. And we're like, okay, now it just needs my podcast in there. So I better start recording. So next week, we're going to talk all about recording. What does that look like? Options for how to set up your podcast episode. We're going to cover all of those things next week. But again, you guys, if you are launching a podcast, be sure to connect with me one-on-one this summer and to get you set up well so that you can launch by fall. And I've said this every episode, but the best time to launch a podcast is in the fall, like August, September. And in the winter, in January, February, and March, that is the most upticks that people start to re-engage in listening to new podcasts, to podcasts in general, because we start to get into that rhythm of the school year, of the new year. So just keep that in mind. If that is you, please don't hesitate to book a one-on-one 15-minute consultation with me, and I can point you in the right direction on how to get that started. All right. Thanks, you guys, for listening. I will see you next week, and enjoy your summer break.
Thanks for listening today. Hey, I want you to know that there is an opportunity for you and I to connect. I would love to do that. Find a link below and we can schedule a one-on-one free 15-minute consultation. I want to hear, where are you in your podcasting journey and how can I help serve you and help you bring that kingdom impact dream into reality?